I am the Golden Lightworker, Castalia Theo, and we are doing another direct channeling with the Elfian Realm. Now, there is an Elfian that has been knocking at my door, quite literally, with a bird coming through to communicate. Now, I connected to them right before I sat down and recorded this, but as I was trying to connect to them and communicate to them, there was a block that came in the way. I don't really know what happened, but I'm going to try and tune into their energy and try and do it in a direct channeling way to let them speak through in a different format. This Elfian works with messengers of the veil, which meaning small birds. Particularly, they're an animal healer, Elfian and Animal Healer domain, and it seemed like they were multitasking when I was trying to connect to them. They were working with the bird, but also delivering messages that they had to share. And as a result of that, I feel like that's what caused a block in the connection. And that's why I'm going to sit through and see if they can speak through themselves with what they have to share to the collective. I know that they came through with personal messages. And they said that they were drawn to our household because of 3 color frequencies that they saw, indigo, green, and gold. And that could be because of our souls and the people in the household, but they have been here before. This is the second time that a bird has come literally knocking at our door through our chimney, and that is very interesting. And they said that this time that there is an important message for the collective, and they said it will be quick, and they radiate in divine feminine frequency. They told me that their name comes from Native American origins, and they gave me a whole deeper introduction that I normally don't get when I'm channeling just regular, every now and again, Elfians. Typically, they don't mention where their name comes from, and they don't explain in full detail what they do. They just kind of say what section in the domain that they work in, and then communicate the message that they have. So clearly this Elfian has been hanging around a while. It's been hanging around my energy and been hanging around just the energy of my town for a while. So it is right there beyond the veil, pretty close, probably closer than most Elfians that I've sat and channeled. And so we'll see what happens with this. Okay, I don't know where you went, Elfian, but whenever you're ready to step through again, I'm only allowing you to step through Elfian Animal Healer of the Elfian Animal Healer domain with divine masculine and divine feminine energy, radiating more in divine feminine with a Native American name, working with the messengers of the veil, the small birds, working specifically with the reason frequency of the throat chakra and the crown chakra. Always singing. Whenever you're ready to step through, please step through. I would love for you to finish communicating whatever you have to say. Hello, this will be quick. I am working with a bird right now, but I do have a message to communicate to the collective, and that is you need to step into balance, you need to step into harmony, and particularly in the household. When there is an imbalance in the household, it can have to do with individual souls forgetting their mission and purpose and getting lost, while other souls have awakened to the truth of their mission and purpose. This can cause an imbalance, and when I first made my appearance to the particular household of our communicator, that is the energy I picked up on. I picked up on 3 energies. 1 not awakened, 1 awakened, and 1 in the in-between limbo area, in the gray area. And since I picked up on that frequency, I came to deliver the message to find balance and guidance and open up a space for those who aren't fully awakened to begin to awaken. Here's what's important. There are a lot of bad people in the world. We're very aware of this. We can see it. Bad people, meaning that they're doing negative things, but they're not a bad soul. All the souls have goodness within them. It is very rare that there is a soul that comes from the negative polarity. And if it does, it's a 1 in 6 billion chance. So chances are you've not stumbled upon one in your ventures in this lifetime. So it's important for you as a collective to remember that there are all good souls, no matter what bad things that they do in the physical form. Maybe you did something bad in a physical form that you came here to learn how to be better, how to do something differently, how to take a different approach. You don't know what you did in a past life until you connect to your Akashic energy. And you don't know what they did in a past life, those people who may have done you wrong or done wrong to the world. So have compassion, have empathy. And remember that right now, the Earth is not fully in 5D. The Earth still has a lot of gray area and third dimensional things. And as a result of that, there is going to be good and there is going to be bad. Until the Earth radiates at a higher frequency, there is going to be a balance of the negative polarity and almost equal to the positive. That's just how it works right now. But because the Earth is transitioning and getting stronger and stronger in the positive polarity, the number of the negative polarity will lessen. And you can help with that by ridding yourself of gray area things. Moving past, letting go, moving on. Letting go of the past. That is the biggest message that I came to communicate to not only our communicator and her household, but also the collective. Let go of the past. Communicator specific message for you. I know that it's hard. I know there are a lot of things that you've had to let go of. But you need to let it go. You need to fly away from it. It can be difficult, but you have so many things to do. You're our communicator. That's your mission and purpose, and you're doing it in an amazing way. You're a communicator. That golden energy is radiating off of you, communicator. Let it go. You say you've let it go, but there's a part of you that holds on. And that part of you that's holding on is the ego trying to hold on to an old identity. So let it go. You can tell the other members of your household that message as well. Communicator, spread the light of inspiration. Collective, the message I have for you is to step into the frequency of inspiration. Feel inspired again. That's how the negative polarity wants to win, by taking away your inspiration. You have ideas. Implement them. You feel inspired to create something? Create it. Don't lose your inspiration. Don't lose that creativity. Don't lose that spark of light that can inspire so many people. By your words, by your creation, don't lose it. Don't let it go. Don't let go of inspiration. Move past the past fears and in to hope. Inspiration and hope are connected in a magical way. Because when you start to have hope again, you open the door to be inspired again. And the more that you let the light of inspiration fill you, the more hope you feel. Don't lose hope on the things that you have to leave behind. If they're people, if you have to let go of people, don't give up hope that they'll change. Believe that they will. You're just not the one that's meant to save them. Communicator, you are not the one that's meant to save those people that you left behind a few years ago. You can't save them. It is not your mission to do that. As a warrior spirit communicator, I can sense that you want to save, you want to protect, you want to fight, but you have to understand that some things are not the battle you are meant to fight. Collective, take that message with you. Some battles aren't yours to fight. They're somebody else's. And if you fight them, you might not win. You need to fight the battles that are meant to fight for you. Keep fighting for what you believe in, as long as you know in your heart of hearts that it's true. You want to clear your karmic balance? Sit down and identify which cycles need to be broken. And let go of what needs to be let go of. And hold on to what's meant to be held on to. And you'll know in your heart of hearts what is right. That is all I have left to say. Communicator, thank you for taking the time to listen and meet me. And I will be back again. But this time, I hope you open the door to let me communicate. As soon as I knock on the door, instead of waiting because you're scared of the message that you know you need to hear. It's important for the collective to understand that even a communicator, a light worker, they still experience negative emotions. They still experience things just the way as everybody does. It's part of their development. Just because you start working on your spiritual path doesn't mean that you've forgotten all the things that make you human. Doesn't mean that you let go of everything 3D. It's a constant learning process. But communicator, I hope that you can move past what you need to move past. And collective, I hope that you let in the light of inspiration. Talk to the birds every now and again. There's an Elfian around almost every bird if they're by themselves. If there's a whole flock of birds around, there's one Elfian right there. And you look at the animals, look and see that there's more than just Elfians around. There's also some dragons and some angels. Yeah, there's an animal that you can see with your physical eye, but with your spiritual eye, you can see so much more. Goodbye, collective. Goodbye, communicator. Can't wait for us to speak again. I want to say that I love you all, collective. We all love you, collective. And we all love you, communicator. Wow. Yeah, I felt that in my Earth Star chakra. Makes sense. Thank you. Yeah. I get emotional channeling them. So, if you want personal messages for yourself, I will be in Green Bay, Wisconsin. I will put the information in the description. May 7th, 10 to 5. You can come and get a consultation with an elf, ask a question, and check out the Instagram for the book, elfianrealm.nova. And there will be information on there as well. And I'm going to start opening up virtual meetings. So when that is set up and all set in stone, you can start getting personal messages and maybe get a little emotional yourself. But you can always get personal messages without having to have a channeler there. I also got the message to flip through the book and see if anything pops out. And so I'm going to do that. One of my Joybringer Elfian friends gave me that message, just kind of like flip through and see what message I land on, since this is a channeled text. For the most part, if I somehow land on my introduction or include the introduction or conclusion that which is my words, then I guess I'll read what's on the page. Let's see. Okay, well, it was 2. I kind of like landed on 2, so let me flip again. Okay. Chemical reactions, that's the healer. Okay, so this is from the healer domain of the Elfian Realm, not the animal healer. This is from the head healer. So I flipped to chemical reactions, and I don't know which part to read. So I'll read this one. Okay. Pay attention to the vibrancy of the things you put inside your path. Vibrancy means the aura and energy of anything you put in your path. Whether physically consuming or mentally and emotionally, you can tell the vibrancy of something based on the ultimate chemical reaction that happens due to it. An example would be high anxiety. It is a chemical reaction of fear and can be hard to undo. On the other hand, working out in the physical form leaves you with a chemical reaction of accomplishment. Along with that, it channels your energy into a healthy form that helps benefit your physical body. That is how you can distinguish between the vibrancy of things you put before you. The Elfian healers of my domain can help you identify whether you're living with a chemical reaction that has harmful effect versus one that is giving you a good effect. Something that gives you a good effect regarding a chemical reaction somehow benefits all your body systems. Anything that's giving you a harmful effect ends up negatively impacting many of your body systems. If you have a chemical reaction of running away from something you are afraid of, that tends to impact all of your body's systems, including your Akashic. This is because now you're leaving on your soul's history and soul's records that you had this fear chemical living inside of you during a lifetime, and that is something you'll have to heal in another lifetime. It ultimately ends up affecting your karmic balance. It does not necessarily mean that bad things will happen to you. It's simply things you have to learn from to fully develop as a soul. Soul development is essentially the entire purpose of the human souls coming into the physical form to learn, develop, grow, and have the ability to find your soul again. Once you clear all the surface stuff and move on to the blocks of the past, you can better understand your soul. Only then are you ready to fully step into the light of your soul. It takes baby steps, but that is why the Elfian healers are there, to help you find your soul's purpose, mission, and song. That seems very related to what that Elfian said. So, yeah. Yeah, that is, yeah. When it resonates, you kind of like have that moment where it's like, yeah, that resonates and that makes sense. And it's so beautiful to see how the domains all work together, and you can see that they all come from the flower. They all come from the source. And yeah, I don't know, I'm feeling a little emotional because there's a whole, like, I'm taking a whole different now path with the elves and doing so many new things. So this is truly exciting. And I hope you enjoyed this direct channeling. I know it was like a little weird one, but very necessary. I hope that you get the inspiration that the elves are trying to send you and sending you love, light, and inspiration. And I cannot wait to talk to you in the next video.